Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. Podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons17. We got three musketeers tonight. I'm gonna give the hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. I'm on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. And of course, look up your mama's favorites at Country Air Official and Country Air Brand all over the social medias. And I'll pass it off to the man who's locally respected but internationally well known.
What's up, guys? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV. Pound sign, celebrate pro wrestling, and waffles. Take it home podcast.
Waffles. How was the food mania week, Perch?
Food was pretty cool. We were out in Las Vegas, and yeah, we had a lot of Panda Express throughout the week, which was
Oh,
delicious.
okay.
Um, I had some pizza delivered during one of the matches, and it was delicious. Giant cheese pizza was really good, and ended up having some damn good food at WrestleMania. Some steaks, burgers. Tried lobster for the first time. Not my thing, uh, but yeah, incredible.
Well, was
Food
it
of
was
Las
it
Vegas.
steamed lobster or was it like a full lobster, lobster tails?
Maybe steamed lobster.
It was steamed lobster. Okay, all right. Do you like
Yeah.
do you like shrimp?
Mm, iffy.
Okay,
I like a fish fry, and that's about as far as seafood as I go.
okay, all right. So it's just fried lobster tails. Like, fry anything is pretty good.
Hmm. Yeah, if it's fried, I'd be open to it.
Zach, how was the food hunt?
We had a good food hunt. You were there on Saturday when we had so much prime rib, thanks to Jerry, Ref
Yeah.
Jer. We had prime rib, we had mashed potatoes, we had barbecue meatballs, pulled pork. I think we had biscuits. I think Val made a cake as well on Sunday. Yeah, Saturday we had cake. I'm trying to think. Did we have? Did I miss anything from Saturday?
Not that I can think of. I bought a
And then
bag of candy.
oh yeah, candy. And then Sunday we did what should we call it? Sunday we did tacos. So we had burrito, we had carnitas, we had ground beef. We made homemade tortilla chips out of like corn tortillas, um, queso and salsa, and then of course a bunch of different flavored Mountain Dews, Pepsis, and all the good drinks, non-alcoholic, sober house.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you like what you like.
And then even Sunday, Val made breakfast where we had our bunny eggs, our bacon, sausage, cinnamon rolls, uh, and I think that was it. A lot of food. And
Sounds
it had
like
Jersey
that.
Mike's today.
Trying to think. So yeah, I had the food over at your house Saturday. Um, I went to Sonny's Diner on Sunday, and I had steak and eggs. I feel it. Yep, steak and eggs with fruit. Fruit was banging. I do remember that. Um, yeah, just had some Red Robin tonight. Bonsai Burger is the go-to. Oh yeah, and made some chicken tacos the other night. Those were really good. Those hit the spot. I love some good old chicken thighs. Really sets it off. But hey, Perch, why don't you set it off? I feel like it's been a couple weeks. Give us a banger of the week.
Banger of the week. We're gonna take it right back to 1997. This was a classic on the TRL Spring Break. Carson Daly kicking it live in Times Square. Uh, Banger of the week. I've rocked this song a lot through the past couple weeks. It's a good one. Good feel, especially as the springtime is coming. Uh, Sometimes Britney Spears.
Oh, yeah, I just That is a very, very good throwback. Yeah, I noticed I was listening to that earlier today, I feel.
It's a damn good
Within like
song.
the last 5 days, I have definitely heard the song.
Yeah, it hits the spot, and I went back and listened. I enjoyed that song, and there wasn't too much Britney Spears that I liked, certainly at the time. But "Lucky" was a good one. This one was a good one.
Yeah,
There were
lucky.
a few that shined through, but I preferred her to all the boy bands at the time.
It took a while for the boy bands to get some hits for me. It took a minute. It took a minute for a lot of them. But yeah, Brittany, Christina, cool, cool, pretty much cool from jump.
Yeah, and listening to the modern day singers, I mean, they're I think way more talented than Britney ever was. But without Britney, there wouldn't be someone to bridge the gap.
Yep.
So she did it for her era for sure. But I'd say I prefer listening to Ariana Grande CD or a Dua Lipa CD.
Yeah,
I
it's like you're with it with today's production.
think modern disco is back.
Okay.
Modern disco is back. I think the Dua Lipa CD, Don't Start Now, um, celebrated 5 years. And yeah, that was a big time modern disco in my mind.
Hmm.
Disco's back.
It's all cyclical. It's all cyclical. Um, why don't we talk about what we watch? I mean, I guess there was the big show this weekend, if we want to talk about that. I know we all watched. Um, what do we think of Mania, Zach?
Oh, Mania Night One was super interesting. The Heyman turn, the double turn. Woo,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, Jared, I'll give a shout out to Jared Jacks. He called it from the get go. He said that Rollins was going to get Heyman when it was all said and done. And he was right. And
Yeah.
what else? The New Day tag team titles. I'm looking forward to the TLC. Still should have been on Mania.
Yeah.
Uh, Gunther and Jay Uso, main event Jay finally getting his world championship.
Yes, that one actually kind of surprised me. Leading up to it, I think they had me convinced Gunther was going to win. But yeah, that was good. What else was good in Mania? I mean,
Obviously, night two, where we'll talk more about it because someone was there live,
yeah,
but history was made. Number 17 was hit. Who's singing?
sorry about that. Go ahead, Zach. I couldn't hear you.
I was just saying, John Cena finally getting number 17. Uh, Everything like we all wanted, we were expecting, hoping for. Um, I mean, Bianca Belair did get pinned, so there goes my theory about the undefeated streak.
Yeah, that was actually quite surprising. That more almost as surprising as the pop Dom got in that after that four way.
Oh, dude, Dominic, I called that one. I knew Dominic was hitting pin and Finn for the Intercontinental title,
Yeah,
and then
so that was a good one. Fun ending.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
I don't know, Perch, your thoughts?
Yeah, that first night was cool. Um, I saw the main event, and that was awesome. Uh,
Purchase homie too, Fatu.
Yep.
yeah, Fatu with a big showing, and he was beasting. And that rope break was incredible. After that top rope reversed into the finisher. Um, yeah, but that triple threat was good, especially when business picked up and Paul Heyman got involved, and it went all three directions, and that was good cinema. I enjoyed a 20-minute match or however long it was. Didn't get cooking until the last couple of minutes, and when it did, it was wonderful. The whole
Yeah.
match was great, but that's fun storytelling and good emotion. And the next show started with EO Sky's music. Holy smokes, that was incredible. I love that entrance song.
Yes,
That
you got a good one.
there's nothing like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's got a good drop at the beginning to get you like, oh yeah.
Let me hear that one as loud as a system could possibly get.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Yeah, yeah. Raw after Mania was good. I like that they had what seemed like a lot of first time matchups, like EO and Stephanie Vicur. Um, God, who was the other one? Um, Men's match. I can't remember, but no, yeah, Raw was great. Freaking JD McDonough coming back.
Oh, dude,
Rusev
maybe we
coming
got
back.
Randy Orton. We're gonna get Orton and Cena.
Orton and Cena. Um, yeah, that was Raw after Mania. I think I might have enjoyed even more than Mania itself. But yeah, no, that was good. Um,
Rusev.
yeah, Rusev coming back. Happy for that. Um, like I thought it was going to be Alistair, but very happy with Rusev being back. Anytime he's on TV is good things. Um. AEW was good. Death Riders finally lost those trios titles. How'd you feel about your boy Moxley getting choked out by Samoa Joe?
Yeah, that was pretty cool right away. I like that they all came out and started the big fight, and especially with Master P,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
staring down. Um, and yeah, Mox getting choked out, but good storytelling between everybody, and they started that one off with a lot of fireworks, a lot
Yeah.
of people coming to the rescue. But yeah, I love it. It's good entertainment. I love Mox as a good bad guy.
Yeah, I think him and Joe going back and forth is gonna be good on the mic. This is gonna be some good television. So yeah, if Joe's the
Mhm.
next challenger, I'm down for it.
Yeah, I agree. That would be a good rivalry.
Yeah. I'm loving the Bucks being back. I did miss them after a while. That was a good break for them to take. That tag
The
match.
match they had tonight was pretty crazy.
Yeah, yeah, match tonight was really good. They've had like two or so matches and would like thrown together tag teams, and they've all been really good. Mike Bailey being on AEW, he's been killing it every week. Um, Ricochet being funny on A on AEW is awesome. Um, like I feel like a lot of fans forget like you can have fun in wrestling, and yeah, Ricochet being probably the top comedic heel at this point is freaking awesome. Um, like I love it. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Wrestling on both sides has been good. Um, Christian Cage and Nick Wayne's little family feud. I'm liking that. Um, yeah, it's both sides are doing good right now. Going into warmer weather. That's what you like to see. Get outside and go to these shows. But why don't we go ahead and move on and talk about what we got, or what not what we got, what we did this weekend. It was real easy for me. The only thing I did was I went over to Zach's to watch night one of Mania. It was good times, good to see everybody. Jerry made some good prime ribs, so happy I got a slice of that. Yeah, it was just chill. It's been a while since I've hung out with a bunch of wrestlers, and not just Zach, keeping me to himself. But what about you, Zach? What you do this weekend?
Yeah, Thursday was night one of the 420 Classic. Uh, I was scheduled to go one on one by a man who challenged me, a man who called me out, a man who asked for the match, GQ Yanni Llanos. And I gotta call all that out because you could make the challenge. You called me a bitch, pussy, blah blah blah. I showed up. That's all I can say.
No,
I
I mean that. What more did you say? That is true. All of those things are true.
I showed up. I raised some hell. I did not help Trainwreck secure the alternative title. I accidentally hit him in the head with a chair. My bad. Uh, I did Sabu the shit out Luke, costing him his match, and they lost to VX, which I told them they would. Again, I told everyone in my promo I was speaking nothing but the truth.
Yep.
They lost to VX. And then what else? Oh, and then I talked to Dr. Phil, and I gave him a nice punch to the face out here trying to make me sound like I've changed. Nah. And oh yeah, I beat Yanni 1-on-1 in less than a minute, which I told Jim Hockey, who told me, "Not tonight, Zach, not tonight." I'm so tired of not tonight. They always say not tonight, and then it happens, and I was like, I guess it was tonight.
Tonight. Yep.
He was in line, and I told him I bet you I could beat Yanni in 5 minutes, and he said, "Not tonight, Zach," and I was like, "Okay." And
Easy dub.
easy dub, bro. And then yeah, so we'll talk later what's coming up. But that was about it for wrestling wise. So thanks for I don't know, I guess the winners payday. And
Yes,
then we
yes.
had WrestleMania night one, night two at the house, a bunch of people over. Night one, we had Doc Simmons in the house, we had Jack Sirius, we had Jared Jacks, we had Dysfunction and his family. Unfortunately, we did have Big F and Luke. Um, who else? Ref Jerry. Trying to think if I'm forgetting anyone. Troy Walters, a lot of people. Night two, we Doc didn't come, neither Jerry or Troy, but we substituted them with Mace Morgan, Armando Alvarez, Bobby V, and Tyler Baggins. So, packed nights, good time, good food, good friends,
Yeah.
and Luke.
And yeah, and unfortunately. Perch, how was your week?
Yeah, it was a wonderful week. This was the week of WrestleMania and the GCW Collective, which is always one of the most fun times a year. Ever since the Collective in Indianapolis, Indiana, in was it 2020, 2021? That was a blast. Then we went to Tampa, Texas, LA, Philly, now here, my sixth collective, and it was so much fun. Got to see a lot of people from all over the world, fans and wrestlers, and run into people. Some people you never thought you would have met, other people you wish you would have met. Other times it's inspirations or peers or idols, or see a lot of people and have a lot of conversations and draw a lot of inspiration and motivation from it. And then you get to go out there and into the ring and perform for 10, 20, 30 minutes at a time. And it's so much fun. I think by the end of it, ended up having maybe 17 matches or something.
Eesh.
Um, and lots of different promotions. It started off with an extra day this year with the WWE ID coming in and being a part of the collective. First match ahead was Zara Zecker against Izzy Moreno, which was a good match. Next got to work with Kylie Ray, which was cool, especially being at a different state, different location. Always fun to have Kylie there against Zeta Steel. Yeah, then the next day, kicked things off with Bloodsport, which was awesome.
I do want to go back and watch Bloodsport. I did hear very good things.
So much fun. The card was wonderful. Lots of people from all different companies and lots of representation. Don Fry and Tank Abbott being honored with a major induction. I got to talk to Don Fry, and I totally brought up Godzilla Final Wars. He was a beast in that movie, and he lit up. He was so happy to talk Godzilla. He was so cool. Uh, but yeah, Bloodsport was so much fun. Got to work Timothy Thatcher against Pete Dunne. those guys are great. At one point, Don and Walter were back there, and it brought me right back to the Chicago seminars back in the day.
Yeah.
So cool, and lots of good learning. Lots of good learning.
Like, I don't know if you ever got to see that show LFG, but it's like the PC kind of like freshmen getting trained by legends, and they had Walter come in, and the way Walter talked to them kids, I was like, "Yep, yep, I remember that. That's about
Ah,
that's accurate."
that's funny.
Like,
You can tell.
like that's not a character because went through this off camera.
Yeah, we can experience that. Um, but yeah, cool to see. Uh, and got a lot of learning from guys like Ace Steele and Eric Cannon and Jason Ayers even throughout the trip. A lot of Midwest legends, probably even more that I can't think of right now. Um, Dave Prazak, especially. And then I got to work the main event of Bloodsport, which was Josh Barnett against Gabe Kidd. Working with Gabe Kidd is always cool. He's a big fan of the Crusher, so it's no doubt that we gravitate towards him because he is rifling off promos and talking about Crusher backstage, which gets me fired up every time. Not a lot of people speak about the Crusher. Even in Milwaukee, he's not talked about as much, but he's celebrated every year now at the Crusher Fest. And without the Crusher, my family wouldn't have loved pro wrestling, so I wouldn't be in this business. So that was a fun match. At one point, Gabe gets into it with the kid in the stands, and it was awesome. It was heated for a minute.
Yeah, he brings out that raw emotion.
Yeah, and after the fight, after the show went off air, Gabe goes up to talk to the kid, and the kid goes, "Hey, Gabe," and Gabe's like, "What?" It's like, "You earned my respect tonight." Like as if it weren't for anything but to earn that kid's respect.
Hey,
He earned it.
you
He
got one.
he earned
That's
it.
all you need.
That was so damn cool. That made my night. um, and then kicked off the next day, which may have been the greatest pro wrestling day I've ever been a part of. It started off with Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, where I had a match with Yuki Arai against Arisu Endo. And Endo is one of my favorites in wrestling. Her style, her fire, the ability to fight, and just, you know, in the ring and outside the ring, just cool fashion. Awesome person. And Yuki is awesome as well. Next match I got to work with was Suzumi against Jada Stone for the International Princess title. I love the titles, and it was cool to represent the International Princess title as Suzumi defeated Jada Stone. Jada Stone is awesome. Lots of good abilities and good moves, ability to really capture the audience too. And Suzumi is so cool. She's got a style all of her own.
Yeah.
So much good energy. If someone were to watch TJPW, you'd come across a Suzumi match, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I like I like what this is all about."
I think Tokyo Joshi gets a very easy promotion to fall in love with. Um,
They're all such badass pro wrestlers. The ability to deliver what they deliver and take the abuse they take inside the ring. Their bodies are, they contort a different way. So they're able to take bumps that not
yeah,
everybody's able to take,
ridiculous. Yeah.
and they dish out the punishment as well as take it, and they fire from within, and they all believe in who they are, which is so cool. An awesome roster. I get so much, good inspiration from everybody there. And then got to work the main event of that show, which was the Princess of Princess titles match, uh, which was Mizuki against Miyu Yamashita.
Mm,
Uh, Miyu is a straight up monster inside that ring.
yeah.
Worked with her several times before throughout the years, and it's just every time, even the facial expressions, to see her against Mizuki, someone who she had the size on her, but she was able to fight and tell the story, and she took that spinning cross body, the whirling candy. It was so damn cool. Um,
Yes. One of the best moves on the Indies right now.
one of the coolest.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Can't believe it. Still mind blown. As I was standing right there, and I still can't believe how it happened. So cool though. I love it. That whole company is so much fun. Uh, and Mizuki retains the Princess of Princess Championship. Um, and then the next show I got to work was DDT Pro Wrestling. So back to back, funnest shows on the in the planet. Um, and I got to work the last two matches of that show, which were uh, Minoru Suzuki defending the DDT Universal Championship against Yoshihiko.
Ooh.
That was an epic match. The Murder Grandpa was murdering Yoshihiko, and it definitely drew blood. I haven't seen that much blood on Yoshihiko since Mao Callis back in New York. Oh, it was incredible.
Brother Grandpa's the best.
Almost tapped out Suzuki, but he got to the ropes. And by the end of it, Suzuki hits the pile driver on Yoshihiko and retains the title. And it's a moment that Suzuki and I and Yoshihiko will have for the rest of our lives together.
We were all pinned at that moment.
It was wonderful. Some moments in life that will always live in time. And that was back to back matches uh, with Mao against Takeshita. The past three collectives, Takeshita has been against first Yuki Ueno in LA, then Shuma in Philadelphia, now this year against Mao to defeat all of Sana Kamina. It was a cool story, at least in my own mind. That was how it was going. And it was a good fight all the way. And yeah, Takeshita came victorious in a hard fought victory. Um, and yeah, those two matches back to back may have been the funnest like hour of pro wrestling I've ever been a part of.
Oh, I might have forgotten to mention it, but Keshida Osprey was last week as well, I think, wasn't it? And that was,
As good as it gets.
yeah,
Takeshita's on another level and
yeah,
has been
he's
for a while now.
really good at the wrestlings. Very good at it.
Yeah, and I enjoy his matches, and he enjoys having me as his ref, which is a blessing. So I'll take that. I'll carry that one with me and keep doing things the way we were trained. Um, and after that match, we ended up having the Joey Janela spring break, which was very cool. I worked with Gringo Loco and Desperados with Arez and Jack Cartwheel against Dr. Wagner family. It was pretty damn cool. With Galando Del Mal, Dr. Wagner Jr. Um, yeah, very fun match. And the Luchas did some lucha action, and the Wagner family came out victorious by the end of it. Uh, then the next match I had was Gabe Kidd against Mance Warner in their second matchup. The first one was in New York and it ended in a brawl on the streets. And this one picked up right where that one left off. And there was so much blood. Brought me right back to Mance at Bourbon Street in Chicago when there were pools of blood. Oh, they fought throughout the whole match with lots of blood, and it was a fight until the last man standing. They were throwing punches, and Mance fell down. Gabe fell on top. One, two, three. It was a fight that would have made the Crusher proud. uh, but yeah, that was a fun one and a great way to end that day. And the next match was Sabu against Joey Janela. And I was there to help out ringside for that match, save some lives, and facilitate the final match of Sabu. uh, and then the next day was very fun. We had the Effie Big Gay brunch where I was able to work with Zack Sabre Jr. against Kid Bandit. That was so much fun. Kid Bandit is a great character, a wrestler that gets a lot of sympathy and can get the crowd behind them very well, and delivers a kick-ass performance every time. At least every time I've seen them. And against Zack Sabre Jr. was very much the same. Such an awesome match. They were able to put together a legitimate fight, and yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. came out victorious by the end. But it was great.
He's been uh
And
he's been killing it the last couple of weeks. ZSJ.
yeah, all over, getting the most out of the matches. One that I watched was him against Manders. And that was awesome. That was from the spring break the night before. Uh, and then the next show that I got to work was TJPW versus DDT versus GCW. Kick things off with a tag team match with Hyper Misao, Jada Stone, Mizuki, Reiku, and Yuki Eno against uh, the team of Daisy Monkey, Arisu Endo, Suzumi, and the Up Girls, Miyu Watanabe and Shinu Suzuki, who are awesome. Uh, Watanabe and Suzuki and Yuki Arai, all their facial expressions, whether they're uh, performing in the ring or performing a musical act or just selling somebody talking on the microphone, they're always doing something, and it's always entertaining. They are great. That was a fun way to start off that show. Next match I worked was Los Desperados with Gringo Loco and Arez against Starboy Charlie and Uni from DDT. Uni is one of the coolest pro wrestlers in the world. I think he's 16, 17, very young, and been wrestling since he was even younger. Uh, yeah, lots of good abilities. He was teamed up with Starboy Charlie for a reason. They fought earlier in the collective, and this time they were teaming with each other. Very similar, and they make a great tag team.
I did see a couple clips from that actually. I think that's actually one of the only things I saw from the weekend.
Yeah, they do a great job. And Yudi has got great spirit. Just a good uh, ultimate baby face. The crowd gets behind and delivers the way you want, the way you want. Uh, and then the next match I got to work on that show was the main event, which was Mao and Yoshihiko against Alec Price and Jimmy Lloyd against Jack Cartwheel and Sumi, another young DDT performer. Sumi and Yudi are a couple of great students, as well as Illusion, I didn't get to work with Illusion this trip around. He's part of Damnation TA, uh, and they're good bad guys. He and Sasaki were doing good bad guy stuff all weekend long. I
Okay.
enjoyed watching. Uh, but Sumi is awesome. A great build for a pro wrestler. Works a lot of lucha style as well. And he was one of the younger students who really helped us out when we were over in Japan the last time. So cool to see him come to America for the first time and live it up to the fullest. Uh, that match was for the BZW Tag Team titles, and Mao and Yoshihiko came out victorious. Such a fun show. Great match. And then to close out the week, we had a big scramble cage match where I was working ringside for, where Gringo Loco hit a giant base bomb from the top of the cage with a set of doors. Incredible.
Mm.
Incredible. I was chilling with camera guy Gimmick, Nick, for that one. That was awesome. And he got some awesome footage ringside. And then we had the cluster for the Joey Janela spring break cluster. And that was awesome as well. Didn't know what was going to happen. We had a couple pizzas under the ring. We had waters. We were hanging out. We were giving the wrestlers some waters and pizzas during the match when they were on the outside between going back in. We had a blast. We lived it up to the fullest. And Brody Lee Jr. comes out victorious.
Yeah, that was the other thing I saw. Yeah.
Everything was as real gets, real pins in there, real everything. And by the end of it, it was Brody Lee Jr. getting the victory. Such a cool match all around, and a great way to end the collective weekend.
No, no, no. Yeah, at least yeah. So I did see that, and it's good to see him at least still taking a liking to it and still training and such. So that's dope. All right. Hate to bring the mood down, but instead of like our regular topic this week we lost a brother in the wrestling community, Ref Dev. So I thought we would all just take this moment and say something about him. Zach, why don't you go first?
Yeah, Dev was always like I said, he was always like one of the good ones. He always showed up and like he was always like right there to greet you, talk, shoot the shit a little bit, talk about his day. He knew his value. Was always a big supporter of Country Air. Always made us feel welcome, like at ZOUA and other places, even Dreamwave. He was like really smart too. Like I'll never forget Mario and Luigi versus us as Wario and Waluigi. We had the blue shell and we were doing off the top rope, axe handle with the blue shell, and we all were gonna jump and bump. And then Deb was like, "Hey, should I bump?" And we're like, "Yeah." But just that small little detail, we're like, that none of us thought of. We're like, "Yeah, you should do it too."
Yeah,
And it just, yeah, it was just wild, bro. Like, I did not expect to wake up Sunday and see that.
yeah,
Um,
unfortunate.
Super sad. I mean, my thoughts and prayers are to his family. Yeah, it's he was all like I was saying, like always a good one. He was quiet, kept to himself, but like if he knew you, he would sit there and talk with you. He would always like ask about where. I he would always ask advice about how to get to the next place. What should he be doing? Like always wanted to earn opportunities. I know he got opportunities at AAW, which was I was happy to see him at Dreamwave. And he got out there and like he was hustling.
For sure. Perch, you want to say some words?
Yeah, Ref Dev was awesome. I remember meeting him at Zawa Pro Wrestling. He was an awesome dude. He totally got pro wrestling. He got the role of a referee. So we had great conversations from the moment I met him. Uh, we were always trying to be the best we could and get better with every match. And we would, give feedback to one another and let each other know certain things that we liked or, certain things that, caught our attention mostly, right, wrong, and different. he was someone who I was able to talk to, uh, where we could just point things out, and uh, it taught me that some things don't have to be right or wrong in wrestling; they just kind of are. And when you do the job the right way with the best intentions, the work is going to speak for itself. And I had a lot of conversations like that with Devin because when I first started reffing in Chicago area, I would start with Zawa in the Rock Falls, Oregon, Illinois range, but then I would go to Gali Lucha, and Devin would always be there at the Lucha shows, and whether we'd be working with a legend like um, Ricky Cruz or uh, Mil Muertes or Psycho Clown, we would always be in it together. And those legends in the lucha community and legends in the business respected us and the work that we put in. And he was right there. Uh, so it was cool to learn lucha right beside him as well. And then AAW going really through some of the most hard hitting matches that I've ever been a part of. Devin was right there as a referee beside me, learning the style of, kind of no rules, no DQ, just brawls, but still putting structure there, and how we can do our job as a referee. Um, yeah, it was so many different styles of pro wrestling I was able to learn, and Devin was like a classmate right there beside me for so much. um, that one hit me hard. I haven't done much in the way of online stuff since hearing it, uh, and yeah, it still is a heavy spot in my heart right now. It's not the happiest of reffing days in the wake of ref dev, uh, because man, that one hits hard. That's just like any one of us. It's a homie out there on the road grinding, always looking for the next opportunity, the next show. He picked all of our brains as well as we picked his brain.
Yeah.
Remember, I had a foot injury I was dealing with, and I talked to him, and he gave me a tip on using some compression socks. A couple weeks later, it was good to go, and I knew I would see him a couple weeks later, and I told him, and I thanked him tremendously because he was someone that I saw weekly or every other week for probably a couple of years. Uh, but yeah, just a great dude. Loved pro wrestling, but he loved his family as well, and a good dude.
Yeah. Just echoing the same thing they said. Yeah. Dev was one. I mean, it's always we got ours, grinding, driving ourselves to shows, doing the setup and tear down. And you always remember the guys, though they didn't go to the same school as you, but they're of the same mindset. They're at every show too, doing the setups, and Dev was one of those. Yeah, he really he grinded it. He grinded like he really wanted it. Yeah, always asking for critiques on his stuff. Willing to said point some details out in matches. He helped us with that one. He refed a lot of my matches in Zawa. So yeah, Dev was always dope. Dev was always dope. I don't hang out much after shows, but I hang out with Dev. Dev was a good man. He was a good homie. Yeah, had a hell of a lot of respect for him for being out on the road. The road part is what, you know, really separates the people who are serious about this. The road's the hard part, man. He got to the point where it's like it wasn't surprising. You just expected to see him every week at those big shows doing the setup. You just knew he'd be there. So It's
Bro, and he
fun.
would drive a lot by himself. Like I remember he
Yep.
was always by himself.
Yep. You drive
And
by
like I want
himself.
to put over too because like he was one of the refs too that was like, you get you like when you see Dev next to your name like on the match card, you knew like, all right, he's gonna work with us. Like he's going to like this when we're doing our tags, he's not gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like
Yeah.
work that count, like work that stuff that like gives us that little extra.
Yeah. He's gonna work with you in the match. He's not gonna, you know, not say I don't want to say go into business for himself when refs do that, but just being stubborn.
He's not gonna look dumb, but he's not gonna like make you look dumb unless you're taking advantage of it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Um, yeah, well wishes to his family, all his friends. I'm sure he feels the love. But if you want to comment down below some of your favorite memories of Ref Dev, we would really appreciate that. But let's move on and talk about what we got coming up this weekend. I'll be in the gym, surprisingly. Perch, what are you doing this weekend?
I think we're in town this weekend, which is rather nice. I think a little 420 Classic, a part two. There's a part two coming up. Is that
Hard
like
to
421 day after?
do.
We'll be bumping some Method Man that day. And yeah, I think we'll be there to help out, set up, tear down anything that's needed. And then the next day, I think Frontline Pro up north Wisconsin. Be doing a little bit of a referee seminar
Oh,
and refing a show as well. Uh, Especially for referees out there, a lot of young, impressionable students who want to learn what it means to be a referee. And there's people out there who are, you know, in wrestling who, can teach the wrong stuff. So I'm out there to teach the right, proper fundamentals of what it's like to be a referee and what it means and how to take care of everybody inside the ring and yourself and safety first. Um, and then, you can worry about how to get your stuff out there in social media and all that jazz. But it comes down to proper fundamentals and how to be a referee. And I'm here to teach it through a seminar, uh, free of charge. But uh, yeah, they'll actually have a true little session. So I'm looking
Is
forward to
this
it.
your first seminar?
Yeah, first time doing it.
congratulations, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Said I'll only do it if you don't charge the kids or the students for it. Because it's free knowledge, just passing it right back down. And that's how we were taught. And yeah, I'm looking forward to learning by kind of teaching a little bit too.
Okay. No, yeah. Look, I am sure it will be a class full of knowledge. Like, how many notebooks you got to climb through to get your notes?
Holy smokes, I haven't even thought about it. But no, I think it's all kind of just top of the head from the
Okay.
heart. Speaking from the heart, got some fresh notebooks, but an ongoing notepad. But yeah, if I were to be on the spot, I could draw a pretty good timeline in my own mind, own brain, own heart to
Okay.
speak on
All
and be an
right.
open
We're
open
gonna do it
engagement.
live.
Yeah, open engagement to really speak. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun.
Old school. We're gonna call it out there.
Yeah, we're calling it in the ring. I'll have a coffee and a notebook myself.
I'm here to take notes from y'all.
Yep. Oh, I love it. But yeah, I'm excited. Should be a fun weekend.
Nice. Zach, what are you up to this week?
This weekend, I will be also at the 420 Classic Part 2, where I will be in the fans bring the weapon match, me and the Marman, because Doc's not healed yet. But me and Marman will take on Big F and Luke. And if he decides to show up, chances are he won't. You think it'd be ass kissing season time, the Insane Eight's around the corner. But if he decides to show up, GQ. And if not, Dr. Phil said he would put on the boots and get in the fans bring the weapon match. So I think Dr. Phil's a bigger draw, personally.
I would love
personally
to
big.
see Dr. Phil in a fans ring the weapons match.
Oh yeah, but yep, we'll have that. Go in there, do the thing, show everyone why this is my house. I don't care what happens with Orinvite and Trainwreck. Orinvite is scared of me, rightfully so. We'll leave it at that. But then I'll head out to Minnesota Saturday, which will be an awkward car ride home because my opponent is driving me out there. I'll be in the car with Armando and Hua Meng, and then I'm gonna go in the ring and beat the hell out of Hua Meng and teach TAU a little bit of discipline because I make my pro wrestling battleground debut, a debut that they got thanks to who?
Thanks to us being dumb.
Thanks to thanks to your mama's hair tag team once again messing up and double booking ourselves. Y'all guys reap the benefits. And what have you guys done? You have not won the tag titles.
Like,
Um,
no, they've just been like one of their most over acts on the card.
hey. I'm gonna call it. I gotta be a mean guy, I guess. But
Yeah, like we're
but
not
yeah,
too proud of them. It's like, no,
it'll definitely be fun. Wah Ming versus me. I haven't wrestled Wah in like probably over a year, so it'll be fun to see where he's going, how I've evolved. I know Armando Alvarez will be on the card, but yeah, Pro Wrestling Battleground debut this Saturday, and then Sunday is a little date night.
right, closing out sweet. But I think with that, about time we start taking it home. So, Perch, any final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, RIP Ref Dev. And can you continue to celebrate pro wrestling, find stuff you like, stuff you enjoy, whether it's entrances or wrestling matches. Bianca Belair's entrance is about as cool as it gets. Uh, and we were dancing it up the whole time. So pro wrestling is something we can all enjoy.
Hell yeah. Zach, final thoughts, questions.
Yeah, just RIP Ref Dev. I know his services are this Sunday. But yeah, we'll see you down the line. And like everyone out there, just you never know what happens. So love hug your loved ones and like yeah.
Yeah. Same for me. Much love to Ref Dev and his family. Yeah, I think it might have been posted on his page or Zawa shared it. Information, so be on the lookout for that. I'm sure he would appreciate uh anybody showing up or just their thoughts on, give him in your heart. He was a good one. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all the social medias. Tell promotions to book us, or at least book Perch and Zach, because I like seeing them succeed. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. Come on.